Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. So I just hopped again, 4th place with Danger Therion Synchro, basically.
Danger Therion Synchro.
60 cards. I tried
wait.
to make it 40, but like there are bricks, but you do want to see your emergency teleport. I'll get into the list, and I'll probably make a separate combo video. So first up is the Dangers. So 3 Bigfoot. This is a rank 8 turbo deck. I really wish I had the horse package, but I don't. So 3 Thunderbird as well, 1 Ogopogo. The thing about the Dangers is they can discard your Therion cards and then allow you to summon them from the graveyard.
Right.
I was not on Nessie originally, but then at the last minute I decided to do Nessie because you just need more names. Like if you have a handful of Therions, you're not playing the game.
For sure.
1 Mothman. This is searchable. I'll get to that other card later.
Nice printings.
What's it called? Chupacabra for reborning one of the 8s, and then Jackalope for special summoning an 8 from the deck. So in 60, we got a pretty heavy suite of Dangers, over 10. So you want to see at least one in your opening hand. Next up for the Therions, I went super heavy. So 3 Regulus.
Wow, look at that guy.
3 Lily.
Okay.
This is honestly too heavy. Don't play this many. 1 Empress. This one is the one that you use to put like 3 bodies on board and go into your giant trainer and draw 3 cards and burn your opponent. That came up. That's crazy. But you don't get a battle phase. Therion Yule. I just wanted another level 8, but with a different name so that I could activate all these. And it did come up in tournament. Go back on the channel to see those videos. And then Reaper came up a couple times.
Sick.
Yeah, it's just freaking great. I was able to bounce something when it was attached to Regulus, and then later on I was able to send it from my hand to the graveyard to negate with Regulus. So it's awesome. All right, so for the spells and traps, I only own 2 Disc Coliseum, but honestly, like I would cut one of these and then add a 3rd one. This is like really strong because the field spell, I mean, it is searchable, but it gives you access to the broken abilities to add back from graveyard and to protect.
I see.
This is either Foolish Burial in hand, or if it's in graveyard, you can just add 1 back to your hand and then put the other one back on the deck. Therion Charge, this is the orchestrated return. You just move 1, discard, or draw 2, and then finally Therion Cross. This is the negate or banish, but if you have this in grave, it's a negate and a banish. So yeah, that's the Therion package. It performed great all day. Oh man. Honestly, like it's crazy. All right, synchro portion. Why are you playing this if you have the access to the punk package? Don't worry, I also play the punk package. This is crazy. This puts 2 level 8 synchros on board. In the next video, I'll show you guys the combo, but emergency teleport goes through all of these.
Wow,
cards.
that's awesome, man.
So just in case you do draw the Z-Amin, you use your Punk Jam Dragon Drive to search Ghost Ogre, and that has come up. People like play into Ghost Ogre so hard because no one's playing this, and dude, you go watch the videos. Like Ghost Ogre is like an actual hand trap.
I agree in this format for sure.
Hand trap. Like I was so surprised. All right, to summon out these guys, the 1-for-1 sends a Therion to your graveyard, so you can access it with the ones in your hand, and it summons this. This is probably the best card in the deck. This is probably the best card in the deck. You can also summon a level 1 in the deck that's later on, but I'll get to there when we get there. 3 emergency teleport. So depending on the hand, you will usually want to go for Psy Reflector first because your Jam Dragon Drive can add your Punk Z-Amin, and you could just use your normal summon on that. So usually you go for that, but if you already have access to this, then you can E-Telly for a Ghost Ogre to make an SP or your Z-Amin. So multiple targets for this. And then the final Synchro card, Synchro Rumble. What is this card? This is literally a searchable monster reborn. We are doing Crimson Dragon things.
Wow.
So yeah, so this is one of the cards searchable by Crimson Dragon. So that's like the the Synchro package, but I do have a couple more Synchros that synergize.
Can't wait to see the extra deck.
You can't make level 12 Synchros without a level 4 tuner. I looked through the entire Yu-Gi-Oh database for level 4 Synchro tuners, and I was like, do I go the Joshua Schmidt route with the like Cartesia and stuff? And I was like, no. I read Obsessive Uva Loop, and I was like, this card's absolutely insane. Do you guys know how the Synchro package goes through 2 level 8 Synchro monsters? I'll show you guys in the next video, but essentially what Uva Loop does is when it's in your hand, you can activate its effect to target a Synchro monster in your grave or field, banish it, and special summon it. Also, its other effect that you can use in the same turn is if it's in the graveyard, you can target a Synchro monster in your field or graveyard and banish it, add it to your hand.
Yeah, it's very
this
recursive.
card is insane. Once you summon Crimson Dragon with Uva Loop, you can just Monster Reborn it, and then you have this in your hand on the crackback to summon your Blazar Dragon on turn 3. So like this is unbelievably insane. You always want to draw this or Foolish Burial it to the graveyard. I was honestly thinking, this card's so important, I was honestly thinking of playing Fiendish Rhino just to make sure that I could have more access to somehow dump this Fiend to the graveyard.
Gotcha.
I wish I wasn't a Fiend, but yeah, it is what it is. I wish it was a Planter and Insect so I could dump it off of Mantis. Speaking of things
what the
to
hell
dump
is
off
this doing in
Mantis,
here?
so Goki Pole. This searches a level 4 or lower insect, or is it just level 4? Exactly level 4. Level 4 insect from your deck to your hand. We play Mothman as a target, and we also play Dragon Bite, the only level 4 tuner insect monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Insect tuner level 4. Okay, it matches the criteria.
Yes. You never use its other effects, but theoretically you could. But like it'll almost never come up. But yeah, it's part of the line that if you like don't have access to your Sire Reflector, you can summon the Crimson Dragon with the level 12 Synchro to lock your opponent out of the game next turn.
Oh no!
Just by having access to like emergency teleport. Man, this deck would be so much better with the horse cards. Speaking of free level 8s, Gizmek. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Foolish Burial, so this can access your Goki Pole to search your Mothman or your level 4 tuner, your any Therion monster. Like, this is just a Foolish Burial deck. I'm surprised there's no Orcus cards in here. Next up, Draw Engine. So card destruction is really good in this deck. You get rid of all your opponent's hand traps, they draw into new hand traps and troll you, but you get your Therions in the graveyard.
I see.
And you can trigger your dangers.
I was gonna say, was there any point where you like carded destruction today?
Yes, I used it once, but
Okay.
this is a 60 card deck, so that's a lot for one.
Right.
For a 60 card deck, I used it a whole one time. 3 trade in, so you play a ton of level 8s. All the Therions that I play, except for Fum, are level 8, so you get to put them in grave and draw 2 cards.
That's so free.
It's so free. And then the level 8 dangers, if you're going second into a board, you can discard Bigfoot to pop a face-up card or the Thunderbird to pop a face-down card.
Gotcha.
Next up, the other level 1 target for a 1-for-1 is Magician Souls. I never summoned it off of that, but I did summon it off of searching it off of this. So it's just to put something on board and draw, because I didn't have enough room in this deck for the Runic engine, because I think Runic Therion is a strategy, but I wanted to play the Synchro version, so there's just not enough room in the extract for all that.
Makes sense.
So I needed a way to draw more cards, and you're drawing cards with danger, so you can't play Prosperity. So I was forced to play random stuff like this, can just put itself on the board and then make an SP after you're done using it. Next up, I did main deck some Kaijus. I wanted a variety of names. If I wasn't playing Kaiju Slumber in the side deck, I would play just 3 Gamma Seal because it's the lowest attack. And then
I see what you mean.
But I needed different names, and I sided the third name, and I wanted them all to be level 8s because if I mill them off as a Zombie Vampire, I have an extra level 8 body that I can extend into Draco Future. And then finally, for going second cards, Danger decks, I feel like Forbidden Chalice is really nice because you can draw into it and you can quick play activate it from your hand to interrupt your opponent's cards. I mean, like, it's really nice. And unlike Droplet, you don't need to send anything for cost. Although going into a board, Droplet might be better because you can send Therion cards to the graveyard from your hand. But like this deck does need a lot of hand advantage because it's a danger deck. So that's 60 in the main. Extra deck. So, Mantis. This is your first level 8. It's a generic Synchro, so you can make it with whatever you want. And it dumps an insect or a plant on summon to the graveyard. So a lot of times in the combo I'll show you, you're dumping the Lily Borea to the graveyard, and then you're searching your Regulus off of the rank 8 that I'll show you guys. But really good. If you already have access to Lily Borea, you dump the Goki Pole and then search either the level 4 tuner, or you search the Mothman to extend.
Gotcha.
Punk Jam Dragon Drive. I wish that it didn't need the Psychic Tuner, but you make this with your Sire Reflector and search your Xiamen to summon this after. And then you have 3 level 8 bodies because Foxy Tune will summon back your Deer Note. Or no, Deer Note will summon back your Foxy Tune. So you have 3 level 8s. You can immediately go into the draw card. So like it's just stupid. Like I don't know how I came up with
It's insane on paper, but then like now I see all the synergies. This is awesome.
So Crimson Dragon. So this searches your Monster Reborn. So all you need is 2 level 8 bodies and access to a level 4 tuner, because this summons this, then this searches the Monster Reborn, you summon back to level 4, and then you Synchro for your other level 12, and then you get to Ass the Thought your opponent during this turn. This is our target. I've been looking for a Centurion Legatia, but this actually came up. Look back at the duels. When this is in the extra monster zone, it is unaffected by card effects. My opponent could not out it. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
What was he on?
He was on Rika. He ended up actually getting to Con and tributing it off, but before he got to Con, this was giving him issues. They can't get over this. But I would love this to be a Centurion Legatia so I can at least draw an extra card.
I gotcha.
This is the
evil.
Yeah, you just thought your opponent, they can't do anything. And then on the crack pack, or if you're playing against a trap deck, you summon this. So this is kind of a flex spot. But yeah, there are duels where you go into both of these.
Insane.
So that's the synchro package.
A 5D synchro dream out here.
I really wish that I had room for Omega because then I could start to recycle some stuff. But unfortunately, like the extra deck is insanely tight.
Oh, I gotcha.
Probably this and Zeus are flex spots.
I see.
Blazar, Cosmic Blazar Dragon, but I love Blazar. All right. So next up for the Xyz, we got Utopic Future and then the Draco Future. Because I'll show you guys the combo in the second video.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't like a Shadal subfusion card in here too. He's going all the routes.
Sorry, budget players, but I've had this since it was inexpensive. But yeah, I summoned it once or twice today. But yeah, it plays around Nibiru. I actually negated Nibiru with this.
Oh my god.
It was insane, dude. I negated Nibiru with this. I lived the dream for you guys. Next up, so this is Sargass. It's a generic rank 8 that searches any Therion or Spriggan's card. The other effect doesn't really matter, but like basically you summon this and you search Regulus.
I gotcha.
You can even search the field spell if you want. Like it's any Therion card.
Kind of like the Heart and
monster.
Soul, huh?
Yes. So this card does damage, which is really good for getting to your win condition. But it also draws 3 cards. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Hope Harbinger, another generic spell negator that can redirect attacks from your SP.
Good card.
Yeah, if you can't get to the synchro package, you're usually ending on this. Zombie Vampire, as I mentioned before, it basically almost guarantees that you're putting a level 8 body on board because of all the level 8s that you play. Like when you're milling any random 4 cards, you're going to mill a level 8. So this is basically an extender to give you food for your Draco Future and put another level 8 body on board.
I gotcha.
Next up, Zeus. So this is one of the other... I was able to summon this today, and it was awesome. I actually needed room, because this was in my main monster zone, because the Trap Tricks player banished it, and then I special summoned it back off of the Pudica effect. So, after a battle phase, I needed more room for my SP to come back, because I clogged my board. I overlaid this into my extra monster zone. Oh my god. If I didn't do that, my SP would go to graveyard, and I probably would have lost that game. So, that came up. Literally everything in the extra deck came up today. And SP Little Knight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The only leak. So
can your deck make 2 monsters? It's tier 1.
Be careful with the danger monsters if you are trying this deck, because the levels don't always work out and you only have 1 link monster. I tried to fit Saryuja in here, but I could not justify it. Or like even the BLS link that
The only link.
Don't clog your board. Like that's all I gotta say. Do not clog your board. It does take some practice. And finally, side deck real quick. 3 Lava Golem. Side out some of your normal summons when you're putting these in because you don't want to do that. But this will eat a board, and if you don't need it, you trade in it away for 2 extra cards. The third, Kaiju, with a different name that's also level 8. So if you do mill it with Zombie Vampire, you can special summon it. 3, Droll and Lockbird. This is just the love letter to the format. You're not going to see it in 60, but if you do, then you're broken. 3, Dark Hole. This is Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. You get to destroy all the monsters on the board, and you get to have a level 8 monster on your field.
I see.
And then in the follow-up, you get to search another level 8 monster. Oh my god. Insane. All right, we hate back row. Heartbeat Side Duster. You cannot play what's that card called? Lightning Storm in a deck with dangers because you'll draw into it and you won't be able to activate it. So we do play Twin Twisters. This gets cards out of your hand, and it's great. This actually came up once or twice today, I can't remember.
What, in a 60-card deck?
Yes, because you're drawing a lot with the dangers and stuff.
I guess.
Okay, so that is the deck profile. Sorry it was so long, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video.
I have to ask one question.
Yes, go ahead.
What do you call this deck?
Danger Therion Synchro.
Danger Therion Synchro.
AKA random bullshit.
60 cards. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for the combo video tomorrow.
All right, subscribe.